was that, Ollie?
That's what I like to call
The
an intro.
It's great. I love it. Hello, welcome to episode 2 of the official. We still don't have a name for this podcast. Tribune Podcast. Today, we're very original and we have the big topic that's going to take up everything: World War III, or the Civil War Part 2.
Same thing.
AKA the election and how that's all going. And then if we have some time, aka if we feel like we have enough energy, we're going to do a little segment about why we changed the podcast and the layout of it. So, Ollie, do you want to get us started on the election? Update everybody on how it's all going. Tell us what happened.
So Trump is losing very badly. He is 214, while Biden has 264.
He's that old?
Yes, Biden has 264. He's about to win Nevada and Pennsylvania and Georgia because Pennsylvania and Georgia flipped, and now Trump is just not existing. He shouldn't be. Biden is basically winning. He has won at this point. And now people are threatening to do riots, which is very immature, that they should have learned in 3rd grade when things don't go your way. Tough luck.
I think for all of us, or all of the 4-year-olds who don't know, how the elections actually work isn't that all your votes get taken into and then boom, you get whoever wins the most amount of people gets it. Each state has their own amount of electoral votes based on the population. So, like, let's say places like Texas, there's a bunch of people living in there, so it has a lot more electoral votes than, let's say, someplace like Oregon.
Electoral votes? You mean electoral votes?
I could slap you right now. But yeah, that is how the voting actually works. For all the people who also don't know this part, the race started out in a lot of states that have been known to choose Republican leaders, very much flipped over exclusively to Biden.
Same, yeah, that's what just happened with Georgia. Georgia flipped to blue, and that's never happened before.
There was a lot of controversy about was the voting rigged, and that was great because people think that Trump's party and or Biden's party were rigging it. That I think in Michigan they randomly found apparently 100,000 votes for Biden that apparently weren't counted for. And so people who are voting for Trump think that they made that up to get more numbers. People who are voting for Biden think that Trump's party hid those votes so that they wouldn't come to the public. So, Ollie, what do you think about that? Is that cute?
Trump's being very immature. That's all I have to say about it. He's immature, and he's too insecure to look like he's losing.
Oh my God, are you sure he's being immature? He's never done that before. You're capping.
He's like extremely immature to even look like he's losing. So he's trying all he can because either when he isn't elected, they're going to convict him of all the criminal charges that he had against him, or he's just going to leave the country because he's bankrupt. So, I mean, either way, it's going to end badly for him.
I think what's really good about this entire debate and everything is the fact that there's a huge controversy that is if Biden loses, right, and Trump wins, there is a bunch of people that truthfully believe that the LGBT will have their rights completely removed, which is not how that works. You can't. People believe that Trump is just going to be able to sign away papers saying, I don't want gay marriage, so I'm going to sign off no more gay marriage. In reality, 12% of Congress belongs to the LGBT community. That's a lot of people that belong to the LGBT community in Congress, And if 12% of them belong to it, I imagine at least 50% don't care. So, in order for that bill to be passed, then it'd have to go through the 3 branches, it'd have to go through so many steps and processes that it would probably take his entire presidency to get it signed off. So
I'm not shocked that Mitch McConnell won. Mitch McConnell's just a scary man. I mean, he looks like Emperor Palpatine, especially with the new bruising on his face, but we're just going to leave it at that.
I really thought you meant the guy from Home Alone,
No.
Mitch McCaney, or whatever his name was.
Something.
Yeah, I was about to go off on like a completely different topic for a quick second, just because of that. But wasn't it right now all Biden needs is Nevada? And I seen this one post that there was actually currently one guy in Nevada working on all the ballots. I don't know how true that is. I hope it's not true. That man is doing God's work.
It's funny because Biden was smart. He went to cities that were mostly populated, and that's why when you look at like the districts, Biden is winning because he went to the places with the most populated, like people. That's most populated. I don't know why.
People with places with the most people, Ollie.
And then that's why he's winning. That's why you'll see a bunch of districts red and then 2 blue, and somehow Biden's winning is because those are the places that are more populated.
Yeah, Las Vegas.
And then Rain or Rano, whatever.
Dearborn definitely voted for him. I looked at that. That's cute. Dearborn, Lansing, Flint, and Detroit. Those are the big ones.
Yeah, and then that's how Biden won Michigan.
Because Dearborn's got all the auto power. Like the auto rangers.
I mean, I wouldn't know. Last election, they all voted Trump, so.
Did they really?
Yeah, last election was mostly Trump won Michigan.
How's wrong with you guys? You're Arabs. I thought we didn't like racism. Anyway, I'm not going to stay on this topic for too long because if I say one thing that like 50% of the people don't agree with, I'm going to get canceled. And I don't want to do that. So, next topic. Ollie, would you like to introduce our next topic? Tell me you remember it.
I'll be honest with you, man. I kind of forgot what it was.
Okay, great. Because I did, so I'm gonna just think about it for a good 10 seconds.
It's the current topics on coronavirus.
Ah, yes. Original. Oh yeah, I was watching the last debate. This has something to do with Corona. The last presidential debate, the last one before the election. And Trump said something very interesting, literally at in the first segment. And obviously the first segment was, hey, coronavirus, what would you do about it? How would you solve it? All of that. And he's like, I have a vaccine that would come out in the next few weeks. Like, the next few weeks. What? Nobody said anything about that. Nobody announced that. So obviously the lady's like, okay, hold on. Let's focus on that for a quick second. What do you mean the next few weeks? And he says that we're hoping to get it distributed by 2021, like mid 2021. I think the direct was that he has somewhere like 100,000 vials of it being made, and a commanding general who's just like on the second, like he has a bunch of places stationed already. That like as soon as the vaccine's out, he's just gonna ship it. Which
he wants to hear it out from the military, which he can't do, which is hilarious.
He's trying. He's trying. Not enough, but he's trying. Yeah, I think Corona's just gotten old. Everyone's still inside, but like nothing interesting's happening.
Yeah, that's like just wear your mask, please. I hate when people don't wear their masks.
I start noticing now, especially in like public parks and all that, nobody wears their mask. Nobody cares. At this point, it's just kill me and let me get it over with. But yeah, it's all. At least it's coming to an end.
Yeah, I don't know what, in like 2 months, probably a year from now.
I mean, hey, at least it's coming to an end. I'd rather have it a year from now than never.
That's true. All right, what's the next topic, sir?
Honestly, that was all I had planned. I don't know how short this is, but we do have to hit the 20-minute mark for it to at least count as an actual episode. So,
I mean, one thing we could talk about is like the rioting that's about to happen.
We already do that, but that's fine. We can go into more detail.
Like, go into more detail about, like, people need to, like, stop being super mature. Like I said, they should have learned in kindergarten that life isn't always going to go your way.
Well, I mean, it's not exactly like it's normal people. I think there was
KKK just threatened to assassinate Biden, which is hilarious.
the KKK threatened. If you don't know, they're not good people. On like the scale of lit to not lit, they're pretty not lit. Yeah. If you don't know what the KKK are, wait till high school. But
I like middle school.
they're basically the best way I could describe it is
The most
super
racist people in
racist.
America.
They are super racist. They're not. I find it funny because they're allowed to have like meetings and like just casual talks. Like they can actually all meet up, and their ideology is essentially, you're a minority or an ethnicity. We could kill you. We don't like you. We're gonna murder you. We're gonna blah blah blah. Insert horrible stuff here. And I think it's amazing that America allows this because they've threatened that if Trump doesn't win, that they will go out of their way to like start causing riots, shooting people, all that horrible stuff.
Like, some dude brought an AK to a voting ballot. Like, what are you gonna do? Shoot me? That's at least like a couple years in prison, buddy. Keep going.
I mean, to be fair,
Like, you're not gonna intimidate me because you brought a gun to a voting
I'd
ballot.
be intimidated if a man just pulled up the gun out of nowhere. If I'm talking to you and you whip out an AK at me, I'm walking the other direction. But along with the whole LGBT rights revolt, there's also them saying that if it does happen, which by the way it won't, that they're gonna get to riot. Which I find amazing how everyone's like, we want something, we're gonna riot. Like, if you want people to agree with you, should you not give them a reason to agree with you? Like, oh, I want you to understand that I want this for the better of people, right? To make a lot of people happy. So, in order to make everyone happy, I'm going to start shooting random areas. Happy? Okay, good. Ali, do you want to have one last segment or do you want to end it off here? This segment could be whatever you want. I don't care if you want to talk about anime, video games, or anything.
One thing I would like to mention is that if you guys have any topics other than this, or any other than the ones that you guys want us to talk about, just let us know. I'll put the stuff in the description. I did that last time. I didn't get anything, but still.
I mean, to be fair, you put the wrong Snapchat for me. But
Whatever.
we'll fix it this time. Have a great day. Try to be alive. Don't riot. And see you in the next podcast.